5 receivers for the Hawks. Lucero underneath again. This ball caught inside the 15. Still on his feet is Thomason. Thomason inside the 10. Touchdown Alta. Daniel Thomason, a 26-yard touchdown reception over the middle. And then he made several defenders, half the defense miss. And Alta has their first lead of the night with 36 seconds left.
Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann & Associates. Call them now for a free consultation, 801-754-4240, or go to utah.law. Welcome in Deseret News Rewind. Dusty Lister, Dane, Stewart, our Moment of the Week video.
Yep.
Presented by Heidemann Associates, but brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
That's right, Dusty and Heidemann Associates, a full-service law firm. They want to make sure that they win for you. So free consultations available. And we mentioned full service. They'll take care of patent issues, long-term planning, anything you need. Give them a call, 801-754-4240.
Well, what a game.
Yeah.
I mean, part deux of the great shootout of a couple years ago, and it lived up to it. It wasn't as many points, but it was still really good. Yeah. I mean, Alta coming from behind to get the big win here against Lehi. And Dane, it was the battery. I mean, no DeAndre Randolph in this ball game, but it was the battery of Lucero and Thomas in the fourth quarter.
Man, they were impressive, Dusty. This game started off like a duh. And, fourth quarter, that offense got going. I mean, they went 20-0 advantage in the fourth quarter alone. Lucero, boy, he did a great job of finding Thomason. A couple big catches for Daniel Thomason late in order to help Alta come back and finish it off.
We had a chance to catch up with Lucero and Thomason. How about the fourth quarter of these Alta Hawks? And Daniel Thomason was our Utah Army National Guard consistent performer of the night on Deseret News Rewind Live. But Daniel, talk about that fourth quarter. What were you guys saying to each other? We'll let Cinco. I mean, quarterbacks always get to talk first. We'll let the wide receiver go. But you get 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Talk about what you guys were saying in that fourth quarter where you were able to stay in this one.
Well, we were staying calm, and we were just wanting to get a score, and I was just thinking I'm going to score every single play I was going to get the ball.
Yeah, it's true.
So I was just going for the score every time, and that's it.
Yeah, I remember too, Daniel, he'd come up to me and he'd be like, yo, Cinco, no more messing around. Like, you get me the ball, I'm going to catch it no matter what, so don't worry about it. And then just a lot of confidence with that, so yeah.
Well, let's talk about that start, because the first half, boy, it felt like it was just tough to get traction going. You guys marched down in like 2:20, I think was the drive to close out. How important was that touchdown to end the first half to try to get some momentum for the offense that had struggled in that first half?
Oh, it was huge. I think a big part of that, just definitely the momentum shift that we had. I think we needed that to boost our confidence going into the second half, so we would be able to, all right, we can score on them once, we can keep on scoring, so boosted our confidence for sure.
And we never speak negative in high school stuff, but the Alta defense has been much maligned the last few years. But how big were they in that fourth quarter? Because you had opportunities, couldn't quite capitalize on them, but they get you the ball back. Can you talk about your boys on defense?
Yeah, our defense was huge. If it wasn't for them, I don't think we would have been in the game as much, because they kept us in the game the whole time. Offense was off to a bumpy start the first half, but then they pulled us through and we got through.
Well, even in the first half, I mean, I don't know how many stops they had inside the 10. I lost count after 2 or 3. I mean, what did that help kind of get that drive going, or maybe talk about how that fed the offense, if at all?
Oh, we ride on the defense's back for sure. Anytime they get a huge stop like that, it's up to us to make sure we get it back and to have their back as they got our back, so.
All right, Dan, talk us through that final, your game-winning play. What ended up being the game winner? Talk about what was the call. Walk us through what you saw and how you got yourself in the end zone.
Like I said, they called Raider Z, and I said, okay, I'm going to score in this play. I said, I'm not getting tackled. That was my main goal, not getting tackled. Yep.
Great mindset.
What does this do for you guys? You got Timpview coming up this week. You're able to, make that easier to turn the page. But what does this do for you guys going forward? I mean, topsy-turvy start to this year. You guys played a tough schedule. But what does it now say for this Alta Hawk team to be different than years past?
I think that win showed us that we could beat any team that we want if we really want to, and that we could pull together as a team.
Cinco, same question.
I think the momentum will shift now. I know we had a bumpy start and it was hard, but I know with that game, with that victory, we're able to, I think we're going to rally. We're going to rally with this team for sure.
Well, We watched Alta for a long time. Hopefully your brother's doing good and living up to the legacy. But congratulations on the big win last night and avenging what was the craziest game in Utah football history. Lehi at Alta 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. My heavens. That was absolutely outstanding. But great comeback, fellas. You know, Cinco Lucero and offense, I mean, they played a very, very tough schedule. But to see them get rioted, I mean, talk about that defense, but you see guys they're bought into the team concept. And those are two really, really good kids.
Yeah.
But they're led by a great head coach.
Yeah, I mean, Mateo, and what a job he's done here at Alta. You know, talked about it a little bit last night. This is a proud program, proud history here at Alta. For a while there, it just wasn't Alta football, but Coach Teo's got this program back and rolling. Had a chance to talk with him last night about what he thought.
Well, Coach, you're able to avenge. Was your first game? No, it was your first. It was your second year, but you're able to avenge the Cam and Cooper game. I mean, how good does that feel for you?
It feels so great, man. You get the monkey off your back, you know. That to have our kids come out and play like they did second half was pretty impressive, and we had to overcome some obstacles to win that game, you know, with some special team issues, and I can't believe the resiliency of our team and how they came out and played hard, and we're fortunate for us, we were able to come back and win the game.
Coach, there's so much to talk about your team, but the one guy we want to make sure we highlight just for a moment, how glad you'll be able to, well, unless the state tournament changed a little bit, but you know, I have to see Carson Manukin maybe for the rest of your coaching career.
Oh, you know what, man, that kid was amazing. You know, we were keen on him all week, you know, so when he was in, you know, he definitely was a highlight, and he did get some good runs against us. You know, we were fortunate to keep him out enough to win the game, but when he went out the field, I said, great. That was awesome. That was awesome for us whenever he took off, you know, because we were spotting him the whole time. And he's definitely a threat. And, you know, Lehi has a very good football team. Their record indicates that. But you know, tonight happened to be our night.
Coach, talk a little bit about your defense, because the offense really struggled in that first half to get much going, but your defense came up with huge stops, including a couple inside their own 10.
Well, you know what? We saw some things on film that we felt like we needed to take advantage of, and it definitely worked hard into our case. And so we felt like in order for us to kind of slow these guys down, we gave up pressure and worked on our coverage more. So we were bringing for 3 guys, dropping 8, moving them in different directions, just trying to give the quarterback a different read. And I felt like it rattled him. You know, he wasn't able to get the reads clean enough to make the decisions he needed. And, you know, props to our, you know, defensive coaches and our secondary staff for putting together a good scheme that week.
Your linebacking crew was fantastic last night. Came up with big tackles, but you guys also picked off Cooper 3 times. But give you a chance to talk a little bit about Fanau and Lingman. Lingman had an interception. Fanau was all over the place.
Oh, Fanau was all over the place. He's our team captain. He's our defensive leader, our emotional leader. The guy's he's got enough energy for everybody. And so he flies around, and I tell you what, the guy, he loves the physical contact. So he loves to put his hat on guys. And, you know, the way he plays, you know, it's a little scary for us sometimes, but I'm just telling you right now, there's no better kid out there that's going to give it everything he has every down.
Coach, let's talk about that fourth quarter, trailing 28-14. And, I mean, football is the best team game there is. But your offense goes and scores. They had a couple opportunities to get done, but your defense kept getting the ball back. But how good is it to see the mental resilience of this ball club that was on display in the fourth quarter?
You know, that's huge for us. I mean, we've been banged up the whole year. And, you know, for us, behind the scenes, guys, I mean, we're starting 3 sophomores on the O-line. We're rotating in freshman guys on special teams. We're putting, the phrase "whatever it takes." Right. You know, that's what we're doing to get guys in the right spots. And so, we're hopefully we can get our our starters back for this next week. But the fact that those guys were able to come in and fill some slots and play hard with great effort, that's what it's going to take for us to win out. So.
How big was that drive to score before the end of the half? It felt like the offense had been pretty stagnant up to that point. Did that give you guys an added energy heading into the locker room?
Absolutely. We there is no doubt in our minds. We felt like we were the better team from the beginning. We felt like we were the team that, we were the team to beat in this game. And so that was the mindset we took this week. And we just needed a break. And once we got that break, I told our kids at halftime, guys, we took their best shot, and now it's our turn. So we came out and, did what we had to do to get it done. And, in spite of some of the special team issues that we had going in, our kids play through it. They all believed and they trusted the system. They trusted their coaches, and defense was able to come up with some big plays and some stops and turnovers. Offense was able to convert at the end, and in the end, that's what it's all about. It's what you do at the end of the game, not necessarily at the beginning.
Well, Coach, let's look forward just a little bit here. You got a wounded animal coming in here this week against Timpview, and
absolutely.
And what do you do to where this game rolls now for Timpview? But not only that, looking the state tournament's only a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
What does this do for your team and your perspective of closing out this year and making a run?
For us, our confidence in terms of when we play at home, we feel really, really good about, how we approach things. Our kids got a lot of confidence playing in this stadium, and so we want to carry this feeling over to next week. We know that they're a good football team. They're a team that has a lot of talent, but, we're going to give them everything they want once they show up.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach Teo, and congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
Congrats, Coach.
All right.
It's good to see Alta. I mean, short-lived opportunity, but to enjoy the moment here.
Yeah.
It showed a lot of resiliency. I mean, I got some text messages this morning. It was like, hey, the definition of stick-to-itiveness was that second half. Well, not only that, the last 4 drives for Alta. Score, no score, get the ball back, and then go score.
Yeah, and, aside from that, we mentioned it in the video. I mean, Dusty, 3-4 times, I lost count of how many times the Alta defense stood up Timpview inside Alta's own 10. They were impressive throughout the night. They picked off Cooper 3 times. And then you look at guys like Finau had 9 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss. Lingman had an interception. I mean, they were flying all over the field last night. The offense was spectacular. We talked about Thomason, almost 200 yards receiving for Daniel Thomason in the game last night. Lucero threw for 350. I mean, this was, look, if you had seen those numbers prior to the game, you'd be like, oh, Alta in a runaway. And they had to run away, albeit late, in this one. But hey, at the end, all that matters, they scored more than Lehi and Alta, still with an outside shot of a region championship, though they'll need some help.
They'll need some help. But what a great win tonight, because what Alta's showing us, not how you start the year, it's how you finish. Well, they got some big games coming up, but today, or last night, was a great win for the Alta Hawks, getting a win over Lehi, and our Deseret News Rewind Game of the Week. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching the Moment of the Week, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.